I don't know about you, but me and heat, we've never got on very well. I don't like it. Morning world, and welcome to Tuesday 19th of July and day 2 of our mini heat wave. Not quite sure what the temperature reached here yesterday. It was in the high 30s. I don't think we quite reached 40 degrees C, but it was plenty hot enough. And I'd already decided that yesterday and today I'm kind of going to do as little as I can. As far as I'm concerned, I'm over the COVID. I got over that, but I don't think you get over the after effects, the lethargy and the sort of just feeling generally tired for a bit more of that. And I think the combination of that and heat had the potential to make me feel, let's say, poorly. I didn't want to do that. So yesterday I spent nearly all day editing video in my office. So we produced 8 videos on the T7 and T5, all of which by now you should have seen. As of today, Tuesday the 19th, I haven't been contacted again by Case or Massey Ferguson yet. I know everybody's really busy, but I'm kind of in a zone of want to sort of, if I'm going to change my tractor, I want to do the research now. So they're going to have to get their asses into gear and contact me if they want to have a go at selling me a tractor. So I might just take a trip down to Chandlers later on anyway, on the off chance, just to have a look, see what's in the yard and wander around the yard down there. I'll ask them if I can take that around with me. I doubt they'll have a problem, but I don't know. But yeah, so maybe we'll pay a visit to Chandlers. It's not that far away. Case, Cotswold Farm Machinery up in sort of Cirencester. I kind of need to make an appointment to go and do that to see George, because it's a lot further to go if there's no one there to talk to. I mean, we can have a wander around the yard and look at stuff, but if you're going to make the trip, you kind of want to make the trip worthwhile. It's got to be not just let's go and look at shiny things. There's got to be a bit of business in it as well. Cost of fuel and everything nowadays, you can't afford just to be flippant with your time and your miles. Yeah. So. Right, that's them done. They actually want cleaning out as well, so that might be a job. Not today, it's too hot. You folks could probably do with another bale in there. Look at the ground. It's brown. The grass, well, there's nothing growing. Well, thistles. No, there is something. There is thistles growing. Bloody thistles. Thistles and nettles. That's pretty much the only thing that is growing. Even some of the trees now are starting to look a little bit stressed with this dry weather. Weatherman says we might get a bit of rain tomorrow. Now, I don't know yet if that's going to be a bit of rain over a long period or a lot of rain over a short one. I'd rather have the sooner, a bit over a long period. In saying that, I know Reg is pretty much set for harvesting our OSR, and I think that's going to be Thursday, Friday, maybe this week. So we need it dry enough to harvest. I mean, at the moment, it's almost too dry out there. I don't know what the moisture level is in the seed. He did say to me something, they wanted it somewhere between 9 and 12. I think that's what he said he wanted it. He didn't want it higher than 12, he didn't want it lower than 9. Was it 9 or 6? It's lower than wheat and barley, but they don't want it too low, because they want the oil. If it's too, yeah, they just want the oil. So we'll give these guys a bale, and then I think we'll have a little wander around down and look at the state of our grass, what's left of it. And then maybe we'll have a little trip over to Chandler's and see what's in the Massey Ferguson yard. Massey Ferguson and Valtra. I'm not sure if they do Fent as well, but I know they do Massey Ferguson and Valtra. They heard me. They're not actually that fond of this haylage, but at the moment they don't need like a high energy, high input, that's bloody hot, feed in a minute. I mean, we're looking at just a filler or something just to keep their gut going, sort of keep their condition. I mean, the cattle are all in cracking condition, considering what they're eating, which isn't that much. And I need to get rid of these bales of haylage because they've been punctured, so I need to get rid of them. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. These fellas, again, not overly fond of the haylage. You know, if I put a bale of hay in there, they'd have that first. But if you look at the condition of them, I mean, that's an in-calf heifer. Look at the back on that and that. Well, they all are. They're all in calf. And they all look really, really well. Did you, darling? Right, sweetheart? Hello. You come in? Come on in. Just don't stick your blinking claws in my neck again. Well, the one thing in here with the cattle, I mean, I know in some ways it feels really tight having these animals shut in here. There's always a nice bit of breeze coming through here. They're not complaining, they're not moaning. They've got food, water and shade, which the rest of the herd, although they have it, they seem to spend most of their time just standing out in the sun. Standing out in the sun. Mad dogs and Dexters. Come on. You're coming whether you want to or not. You right there? Hey? God, that gate is red hot. Just rescued a hat from my van. I don't like the heat and I don't like the bright light. So, typical farmer, whatever the weather is, it's wrong. Okay, so the state of the farm. I mean, early in the year we had all these grand ideas of electric fences and strip grazing and controlling the grass and, you know, preserving. Nope. The weather's had other ideas. So the avenue is currently in a bit of a state because that's all we've got. Bit of clover. There is some green in the grass and some minute growth. But generally, the only thing that is growing is, apart from that unusual patch there, which there's got to be something stale about that, something yucky. The only thing that's growing is thistles. So these guys are just coming into flower So that one's actually going to seed. It's about time I put the topper over them. So I don't know, I'm kind of hanging on, because if somebody gives me a tractor to play with for a couple of days, a different mark, I kind of want something to do with it, because pretty much all the tractor work for now, for me here, is done. There's very little to do. So if I get and do whatever I've got left with my case, there'll be nothing to play with another tractor with, if you know what I mean. So if I get a tractor with a loader, whatever it is, I could bring a few bales back from Tudor Farm, some of our wrapped bales, right girls? But yeah, other than that, there's very little tractor work to do now. Yeah, look at it. Green and pleasant land, except that it's brown. A week of decent rain and warmth that'll recover. And then another couple of weeks, it'll grow. Yeah, but it's not good. So about a week ago, I bought out a bale of khaki. One of those wrapped bales that really wasn't very good at all. And I just dumped it on here, and they've leveled it, as I knew they would. So I would not be surprised if they're not sleeping on this at night. So yeah, I know it's hot in it. Hey, it's too hot. It's no fun. Yeah. So the bit of ground we topped off a week or so back with my tractor was the bank over there, and that's looking particularly sparse. But then that is all made up ground. Sparse, but tidy. Right, okay. So the cattle are happy-ish. They don't like the heat. Although I say they don't like the heat, they stand out in it most of the day. The sheep, well, we let them out the paddock, we let them in with the cattle, and the two have kind of kept their distance from each other, and everybody seems fairly happy. Biscuit, come here. So yeah, Abba's sheep are out here as well. They will always find something to eat. I'm not too worried about them. If anything, I want to thin them down a bit anyway. They're still too fat. Aren't you? Yeah. Okay, they all look all right. Everybody looks happy. Nobody's scratchy, itchy, or no maggots. You thin down a bit, but I've got a funny feeling you're one of the cull ewes. Yeah. Green is sparse at the moment. Very sparse. So even our little event field, I cut this with the Ransom's gang mowers 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I'm not cutting it again. Not until it starts to come back. It's not happy. I think even Mr. Mole has gone deep. His activities have definitely slowed down in the last week. I was coming out flattening hills nearly every day, but he's nearly disappeared. Naughty Mr. Mole. I moved the cattle, the gates, and give the cattle a bale this morning. Bloody burnt my hand on the gate.
You don't do that.
Yeah. Don't think the dog's very impressed with you nicking her seat. Look at the face up there. It's got a face like a smacked bum.
Oh dear.
I did try ringing Phil this morning at Chandlers, but I presume he was with somebody. But if we just go and have a look,
Yeah.
what's in the yard, and maybe I'll get up and have a sit in something. So.
Well, yeah, but at least they know you're interested.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely interested. I mean, I've kind of made the decision I'm going to do something with the tractor this year. It's just a case of what option.
Yeah.
Do I go with new? Do I go with used? Do I go with... I prefer to go with new. 'cause the interest rates are better. Because I'm going to have to borrow some money to do it. So interest rates are better on you. And of course you got warranty and stuff, so. You bought that Ford 3000, that was a new tractor when you got that one, eh? The one that got scorched in the barn fire?
Back up the voice, yeah.
Yeah. Is that a new one you bought that, or a...
Yeah, that's backer.
I remember that. And the barn caught fire and you had to go in there and get it out.
Fucker wouldn't start.
It was cold, wasn't it? The barn was on fire.
Freezing like fuck.
Yeah.
I've got money for the fire at Woody Hill.
Yeah.
It did eventually, it fucked me and nearly cooked me doing it.
Well, I remember the back of your jacket because the plastic window of the tractor melted all over the back of your...
I know.
Was it a barber jacket?
Something like that. I
You
can't
had?
remember what it was now,
I know, it looked like you'd been in the fire as well.
but I was not happy.
No.
I was not happy.
Well, saved the tractor,
Save the tractor.
lost the barn.
Well, yeah, but the trouble is, we put all the bales in there, up on pallets.
Oh, the draft got under it.
And the draft car was really cushy. It was like a
Yeah,
like a bloody furnace.
yeah. Was there wheat or barley between the bales?
We
Because you know you had bales both sides. I mean, I was only a kid, but
we put the wheat in the middle.
yeah,
We had nowhere else to put it.
that burnt for nearly a week, didn't it?
Months.
Oh, was it? No, it burnt for a long time.
Because we got there was drop working over the court.
Yeah.
So I went and saw the bloke over there. I said, "You guess it, man. Come and get that bloody court out of the bar." Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, he said. And he cussed me for me good, but we'll burn all the paint off there.
Oh, did it? Oh
Okay,
dear.
that was off, mate.
Was it?
Anyhow, I walked down the bloody bar with what is it, boots and hoops about it.
Did they?
That concrete under there was wet off.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was at primary school, wasn't I?
Yeah, that's a bit.
I was only small. I remember waking up and wondering what the lights were flashing, and so, then waking up again and then looking at the window and going, yeah. The bird's on fire. Well, the yard was because Mother had told the fire brigade to come without the sirens, didn't she? Not to wake us up.
Oh, I don't know.
And then you had the motorway police come.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember the story you were telling us about the motorway copper who'd
yeah.
come in and
Made a cup of coffee and drum scotch in it. And he said, "You don't like this, chuck it on the ground." Okay, I did. I think we ran over that.
yeah. Oh, can I have another one? No, you can't. I should try and find somewhere to park in the shade when I get down and keep the dog out the sun.
Eh?
I should have to find somewhere to park in the shade when I get down there.
We'll just try. That's what's red, I think.
So I'll find something. Either that or she'll come with me. Thing is, it's too hot for the dog's feet on the tarmac. What's it, 33 degrees out there?
That's right.
I wouldn't want to walk out there with bare feet.
Looking for the hall.
Yeah.
He's better off staying here, really.
Yeah, well, if I can get up the end, what I might do is I might drop you outside the entrance and then I'll go up the end. There's some trees at the far end. And I'll park under them, if I can.
How's your day been? Good to see your face. How you doing? Tell me your story. I just wanna have a conversation. I just wanna make a friend or two. I'm not trying to change your mind. All I'm trying to do is be nice. 'Cause life's already